Hey guys, this is Silverwolf20, and welcome to my very first Pokemon Wi-Fi battle against 4zaire4 from YouTube. Now, I actually really enjoyed this battle, and it's probably one of the best battles I've done in a long time. And I lead with Gallade, and she leads with Electrode, known as B-Ball. And Electrode starts off by setting up the Reflect, and I go into close combat, hoping that even with the Reflect it could be a 2-hit KO. And it does look that way, especially seeing that it does not have leftovers, but then it decides to explode, which I'm like, okay, I'll live because of the focus sash, and hopefully, depending on what she brings out next, I'll be able to accept a Destiny Bond. So Electrode goes down thanks to the explosion, and I hang on with the sash. And I used close combat, but no one was there, so now she sends in Clutch, which is her Hitmonchan. And I just clicked Destiny Bond, figuring she's going to Mach Punch, and Gala would go down without anything. But she decides to substitute, which I thought was pretty smart, because sub up, and then next attack take me out without Destiny Bond working. But maybe someone can explain this to me, but how does Destiny Bond work if your opponent doesn't attack the turn you do Destiny Bond? Both me and Zaire found this really weird. We both were extremely confused, but Destiny Bond does kick in and does take out both Gallade and Hitmonchan. So now she goes into Kingdra, called VC for the win, and I go into my Swampert, to set up Stealth Rocks, and it sets up the Rain Dance while I set up the Stealth Rocks, so I'm thinking, alright, there's no way I could switch in anything without taking serious damage, so I decide to keep Swampert in, and we're going to start the Hydro Pump Earthquake war. And she misses the first Hydro Pump, and I Earthquake. And looking at the damage I do nothing to this thing. And and she recovers with the leftovers, and she goes for the Hydro Pump again, and she hits. And looking at the damage that she does, I'm not surviving more than 2 of them. But here with this Earthquake, I get the fairly needed crit, and I figured, looking at the bar go down, I'm like, it's a crit, and it killed her, right? It killed the Kingdra, but no! Look at that! It barely survives. And I'm like, oh no. Now, Kingdra is going to wind up taking me down with Hydro Pump, and I figure I'm in big trouble now, because with the Rain Dance in, she's going to outspeed anything I throw out and take me out with the Hydro Pump. So once Swampert goes down, I'm looking at my options, and the only thing I could really do is bring in Scizor, which I'm going to do now after it recovers leftovers. And so in comes Scizor, and I'm thinking the only thing I could really do is try to Bullet Punch for the KO, but she switches into her Magneton, and I Bullet Punch, and it does nothing. I'm like, crap, now I'm trapped, so all I can really do is Bullet Punch again to do as much damage as possible before Magneton takes me down, which it will do now with Hidden Power. Like, damn, lost Swampert and Scizor this quickly, not good. And now I bring in Jolteon, figuring it could at least take one, and I substitute thinking she's going to switch, but she stays in. And she uses Hidden Power again, and breaks my sub. So I'm like, okay, the only thing I can do now is attack. And which is lame. I was really hoping she would switch, but now I decide to start thunderbolting just to see how much damage I do. But even with not very effective, it still does quite a lot. A clean 2-hit KO even after a leftovers recovery. And she hidden powers again. And Jolteon takes it extremely well. I have leftovers, and my next Thunderbolt is going to kill it. So that's one dead Magneton. And I'm thinking, yes. Magneton gone. Hopefully I could set up a sweep later in the game, or if Jolteon can at least take out one more, I'll be in good shape. But now she brings in Larry Bird, which is her Zapdos. And I can't really switch anything into Zapdos, so I decide to go for Hidden Power Ice, just hoping it could be a 2-hit KO. And Zapdos takes the Hidden Power fairly well. It looks like a 3-hit KO with leftovers and a 2-hit KO without. And she Heat Waves. And I don't know how Jolteon survives, but it lives with 15 hit points. And I Hidden Power again, hoping that it'll be enough to kill, but unfortunately her Zapdos also decides to survive and will KO Jolteon with, actually no, she's setting up the agility, which made me think, crap, now there's really nothing I can do, because no matter what I bring in, Zapdos is going to outspeed me, and now it's going to KO Jolteon with Hidden Power again. With Heat Wave, I'm sorry. So now Jolteon is down. I'm like, oh no, there's really nothing I can do now. But I decide the only chance I really have is to bring out my Heracross, which is the Choice Scarf Heracross. And Zapdos goes first, and it unleashes Heat Wave, and I'm thinking Heracross is going to die. But look at this. Somehow, some way, Heracross lives. But unfortunately, I get the burn. I get the burn hacks, and Stone Edge will take out Zapdos. But now Heracross will die soon, and without the burn, I probably could have swept, but, you know, Heracross gets hurt by the burn and is left with only 4 hit points. And I'm thinking, wow. So she brings out Kingdra as death fodder, while Heracross Stone Edges again. And Kingdra goes down, and this is what I found really cool about this battle. Both Kingdra and Heracross died at the same time, and at this point, both of us are down to our last Pokemon at the exact same time, which I thought was really cool. It's one of the reasons why I really like this battle. But she brings in Rotom, and I send in Gyarados, and I'm thinking the only way I can win is if I go on the offensive, and go for the possible crit with Stone Edge, which I actually do get the crit, and I'm thinking, okay, I won. But Rotom lives the crit and hits with the Thunder, so Gyarados is going to go down, but excellent, excellent game. Zaire, you are an extremely worthy opponent, and I look forward to a battle in the future. But today just wasn't our day, and I have no regrets about this battle whatsoever. But there you go. That's my first ever recorded Pokemon Wi-Fi match, and I look forward to showing more in the future. This is Silverwolf20 saying take care, guys.